Hi, my name is Trish Davies from trishandchrisonline.com. About 10 years ago, I started my own business, and I started that business, it was real estate. I started with a 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom house. I purchased it all the way over in Northeast Ohio in America, and while I was thousands of miles away here in Australia. Now, it didn't take a lot of capital to do that. I actually partnered with my mother to buy my very first house rental property that I could rent out and get residual income in each and every month. So it was sort of like guaranteed money that was coming in each and every month. The reason I started that business was financial independence. It was through a set of tragic circumstances that happened all those years ago, left me a single parent with my 4-year-old daughter. And it left me asking the question, okay, so where to from here? At the time, I had no job, no home, no financial income coming in because I'd made that decision as a mother to spend time at home with my daughter as she was growing up. No college degree. So I really had to do a lot of soul searching back then and really work out what is it that I need to do to create some sort of stable income. Now, that was back in, it was 1999 that happened. So come 2005, I'd actually created enough real estate to leave that permanent job or to leave that job behind. So that was a huge day for me. And then I started to launch myself over in America and just looking for houses and for real estate over there. So you could say that my strive for finding a better life for my daughter, for finding a better life for us, I know that I did have a goal at that time to replace a household income. And that I did. I achieved that through real estate, and real estate that was, purchased over in America. The goal ended up becoming quite a bigger objective or bigger vision. And that was to build a financial wall around my family that nothing or no one could get through. That was done over time. So over a 10-year period, I was buying and selling real estate. I was buying and holding real estate to create this sort of residual income or this passive income to come in each and every month. So it was a great achievement, and I did that. I replaced a household income. However, it took time, and it was built one house at a time and one client at a time. And I always felt there must be a quicker, more leveraged way of building my business. And when I talk about that, I mean leverage. So through real estate, you can leverage through what's called finance. So money that you can borrow from the banks to quicken your real estate portfolio, meaning that you can buy quicker and accumulate more and more properties. Now, there are other ways that you can leverage your business, and that was really pointed out to me about a year ago. A year ago, my very closest friend, Chris, came to me and said, you should really be looking at doing your business slightly different. And I said to her, well, what do you mean? Because my business always meant me one-on-one with a client and dealing with that client, for 3 months at a time. And so it did take a lot of me. Chris said, well, why don't you take all that you've learned over those 10 years in real estate, and why don't you put that into some online video training? That way you can share your message to as many people that want that message, and you can do that in a quicker time and reach a lot more people. I think that was what was really, really important, is to reach more people. I know my time was really, I was finding it hard to sort of schedule everything in. And so leveraging me, because I was my business, leveraging me was really, really important. So anyway, Chris showed me a way of putting my business, my idea, into an online training world, or sort of out there into the digital economy. And she showed me some very, very simple steps on how I could do that. And wow, what a difference. So in the last year, I have completely moved my business from sort of more of a physical business, more my time, to now something that can be leveraged and shared globally, shared around the world. So very powerful. So really what I wanted to share with you was, whilst building my business, which is now usarealestatetraining.com, while building that, it really took team and the right mentors, the right skills, the right knowledge to be able to get that into an online platform. So Chris shared with me some of these incredible mentors and coaches, and I followed their basic steps. And this is what's got me to my position now. So I'm really excited about the future. It was interesting because I was reading an article the other day, and they were talking about how artificial intelligence or robotics is really going to be slowly taking over. And by 2035, over 50% of our jobs won't be around anymore. And so the digital economy is going to be much more important as we move into the future. So I think learning these new skills, getting that knowledge, and creating an attitude around that, an attitude of success, is really important. What I want to do is, if you are interested in knowing a little bit more, I have a video training series that I can send you for free. And if you would like to know more and put some of those basic steps into action, you can click on this link here and you can register for those video training series, the ones that got me started and got me on this path in just a very short period of time. So click on that link, register, and see where your life can be just by spending an hour a day even, or 8 hours a week, putting into practice and learning some new skills for what we call now the digital economy. I want to go back a little bit further. My background, my profession is accountant, so a corporate accountant. I was working, well, it was a 9-to-5 job, but I was working more 6 to 6. So these 12-hour days. My daughter was just 4 years old. I was a single parent. You can imagine I was putting her into daycare, into before school care, into after school care, into vacation care. With a job like that, you have to be away at the office. You're sort of in this little cubicle, poring over reports, poring over numbers. I wasn't really enjoying my role. I know that I felt a little bit overwhelmed with information and legislation and having to keep up to date with everything. And I did not feel fulfilled or satisfied. Every day I was going into that office, I thought, okay, so who am I going to be dealing with today? You know, these are people that really sometimes you're thrown together with and you don't really want to be mixing with. And it's the job itself, being enclosed in this office, in this building, knowing that my daughter is in playgroup or in vacation care or in, school care, knowing that she's achieving all these milestones and having all this fun, and I'm not around to see that or experience that. So that was something that happened all those years ago, and really a combination of the tragic circumstances, me being a corporate accountant, all that time away from her, really instilled in me that urgency for me to become somewhat financially independent. And the only way I knew how to do that was really to replace a household income. And from that moment, my search has always continued. And I loved real estate. So real estate was sort of my first chapter, my first journey. And I was successful at that process. But as we move forward now, I'm looking for something that can leverage me, leverage my time, and absolutely give me that peace of mind, that time that I can spend at home with my family. And more importantly now is travel, because I love to travel. I love experiencing different cultures, different flavors, different foods, different people, different cultures. So that's all part of my journey, part of my story, and that continues. Now, I'd love to share that journey with you. So like I said, if you would like to know more about this and get those, training video series that got me on my path to this incredible journey, just click on that link and then we can get to know each other. Would love to see you over the other side. Thanks.